Tomorrow marks one day since the shooting that changed the conversation about safety in Denver schools. Two East High administrators shot during a weapons pat-down on a student. A whistleblower told Next that the district had been forcing dangerous students, some charged with attempted murder, back into classrooms over the objections of building leaders. The whistleblower was fired, but the district could not contain public anger over safety. Armed Denver police were brought back to school campuses, and the community elected 3 new school board members. Pat-down procedures were also changed. DPS says students being patted down daily for drugs and weapons these days are now being searched by a district patrol officer, no longer by school staff. Our Kelly Rinke takes a closer look.
I think we were all pretty stunned to understand that that was happening in our schools.
A little-known policy at Denver Public Schools became very public 1 year ago.
I don't think any of us knew about the pat-down policy prior to a year ago tomorrow.
Heather Lamb's son was a senior at East High last year when a classmate shot 2 deans who were patting him down for weapons.
I think it was super unfortunate that that was the situation we were in.
A records request last March showed Austin Lyle was one of 41 DPS students who needed to be patted down in about 30 schools. 1 year later, the number is pretty close, 34 students. The district says kids can be searched for various reasons, from drugs to guns.
I think we have to remember that at its core, that still means we are doing pat-downs of kids that are in a general population who have had weapons violations or have reason to believe that they are putting other kids at risk.
Since last year, the school district has changed its policy on searches. Staff no longer pat students down for weapons. That's now supposed to be handled by armed district patrol officers, according to this DPS report.
Because I don't feel that school staffs or teachers should be in a position to do pat-downs. That's not what they're trained for.
Lynn Lee feels a little better sending her freshmen to East.
So that's definitely a good step, but we need more. We need to understand the consequences, the actions that DPS is going to take once a weapon is found.
She wants to see changes to how kids are disciplined if they do bring a weapon to school. The district is still working on it.
Yep, we're waiting here, waiting. So when are we going to get it?
Parents were surprised about safety policies at Denver Public Schools. 1 year later, questions remain. Kelly Rinke, 9 News.
Last year, 3 students at East, including Austin Lyle, the shooter that day, were required to be pat down daily. As of last month, there were 0 such pat-down cases at East. The district is working to reevaluate its discipline matrix as well. That is the framework that allows students suspected of violence, up to and including attempted murder, to return to mainstream classes. An update to that discipline matrix is expected later this spring.